Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Monday, June 8th Bloomington City Council meeting. At this point, if you please stand for a pledge of allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silent reflection. For the pledge of allegiance to the If we could then take the roll call, please. Bart?
Councilmember Curran. Here. Councilmember Mosley.
Here.
Councilmember Motney. Here. Councilmember Dannenberger.
Here.
Councilmember Straza.
Here.
As I push it to roll call, sorry. Councilmember Hendrick.
Here.
Councilmember Ward. Here. Councilmember Lee.
Here.
Councilmember Scott. Here. Mayor Brady.
Here. Next, we'll move on to the recognition and appointments under our agenda this evening. And we have congratulations and recognition first off for newly appointed members of the Bloomington Housing Authority. And if you are here in attendance, please feel free to stand so we can recognize you. And they are Tara Savatas, Benjamin Muni, and Grover Cronel. Grover's here. Anything else? Thank you very much, Grover, for your service. A round of applause. Next to the John M. Scott Community Health Board, Judy Newbrander. Judy's here. Trina McCarty, Stacy Wiggins. Thank you. And Michael Doherty. They're here. Thank you for your service. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. And also then to the library board, I believe Lisa McGivern Colson is here, or is being appointed. Is she here this evening? Not. Thank her for her service as well. And then next we will move to a proclamation and recognition of Tony Tucker as requested by the administration and members of the council. And we will start with member Dannenberger, please.
In recognition of Tony Tucker, whereas Tony Tucker will retire as director of Ewing Cultural Center on June 30th, 2026. Her career has spanned 26 remarkable years at Illinois State University, 14 of those serving as the dedicated director of the Manor. And whereas Ewing Manor director Tony Tucker established a friendship with members of the Ewing family, helping her to better understand the history of the Ewing family and their beloved manor, helping to restore it to its original glory with the return of many family possessions. Tony oversaw the 10-year plan to restore windows and doors and various infrastructure aspects. And whereas, prior to serving as director, she played an integral role in redesigning Milner Library on the campus of Illinois State University as the assistant dean of Milner Library from 2001 to 2012. And whereas, during her tenure at Milner, she transformed the library per her design of the library's first comprehensive marketing plan, which was the blueprint for the many technological advancements and traveling exhibits shared to the present. And whereas her professional accomplishments have been recognized with numerous honors, including Distinguished Service Awards, the City of Bloomington Beautification Award for the Ewing Manor, and many publications such as Sunset Road, which is a history of the Ewing Cultural Center, as well as raising millions of dollars for various projects related to her roles.
And at this point, then I'd ask member Dannenberger to meet. I believe Tony is in the audience. I think there she is. If you would want to meet him up at the podium over here, great. And if member Scott would give him this sent to her. Thank you. So therefore, therefore be it resolved that I, Mayor Dan Brady, declare June 26, 2026 as the Tony Tucker Appreciation Day in the City of Bloomington, with deep appreciation for the service of Tony Tucker and wish her well in all her future endeavors, and present this proclamation in conjunction with the members of the Bloomington City Council as a token of our esteem, respect, and deep appreciation. Tony, congratulations from all of us, and certainly we look forward to a few remarks.
Well, I wasn't told to make remarks, so I'll think of
That's the
something.
beauty of city government.
I would just like to say just briefly that I would like to accept this honor and say, look at what I did, but I didn't. It's because of people like um, John and our Ewing Advisory Council and our contractors who are so dedicated to making sure that the manor was restored in the proper way. And we are so proud to be part of the city of Bloomington and welcome all of you to our property and guests just to enjoy. And the Illinois Shakespeare Festival kicks off in just a couple of weeks. So we hope you come and enjoy that also. So thank you. And again, I'm honored to accept this.
Well, thank you, and we're honored to present it to you. And we'd certainly ask after we give a nice round of applause if you wish to come by and shake a hand. Once again, thank you, and thank you for all your dedicated service. You've been a great partner to the city of Bloomington. At this time, I also would like to make an announcement that due to technical difficulties, there is not video as part of our public portion of the meeting or the meeting overall. However, there is audio. And so next, I believe that we are going to move to public comment. And Madam Clerk, do we have individuals for public comment this evening?
We do. We have 3 people registered to speak after you read your statement. We'll start with Gary Stevens, and then to follow will be Judith Webster. And just for the record, we did receive emailed public comment from Amy Endicott and William Arbogast. And that was provided to council earlier today.
Thank you. Public comments and opportunity for speakers to provide their views and feedback to the city council. It's also an opportunity for the city council to listen and hear diverse points of view. To maximize the impact of public comment and show respect for the expression of all views, speakers should maintain civility and focus on city issues. Speakers must identify themselves for the record, but are not required to give their address. Each speaker is given the floor for 3 minutes, and the council does not respond or engage in debate. Any speaker that engages in threatening or disorderly behavior will be deemed out of order and their time ceased. Our first speaker.
Good evening. Good evening, counselors and regular guests of the meeting. I just wanted to mention a couple of ideas I have. I understand that the new parking lots will again be free along with the rest of the city parking on the streets in downtown Bloomington. And I just wonder how this fits in with the cost of doing business in living here in Bloomington. I would rather have people pay for parking and be able to have the ability to stay in one spot as long as they want, as long as they pay a higher price every hour. I also think it makes a big difference in helping the bus system not be subsidized so much. I understand that for each dollar the bus company brings in, about at least $9 of the income for the running of the buses comes from other state taxes and federal taxes. I think it'd be better to show the real cost of what the buses are, and since the government has a monopoly on both parking regulations and something to do with the cost of buses, I think it'd be better to raise the price of parking to make the buses be able to come a little closer to perhaps having more demand for their services. I just wanted to mention an intersection that I live near. I live near a road named Euclid, and on the north and south end of that road, we sometimes have a lot of traffic backed up. And I have I understand that we have plenty of money to work on Fox Creek Road and expand that, where there are no traffic um, tools for stop signs right now, but they're going directly from a straight road that's clear to putting up traffic lights. It seems like traffic lights are a lot more expensive than just stop signs. At Euclid, we've had, on the north end, we've had a number of crashes in that area. It's kind of a crooked intersection. It also has 2 lanes of traffic from the west. And it would help it be a safer place because we do have a number of visitors to our area, mostly from Chicago. And it's often the case that somebody doesn't know the regular flow of traffic there. And I do have another issue with another road, but I will leave that for the next time. Thank you very much.
Next,
Thank you. And for the record, that was Gary Stevens speaking. Next up, we will have Judith Webster.
I just basically have 2 requests of the city council. One I made at the last special meeting, and that is for the city council to seriously look into putting into public restrooms in the downtown area. I have been in cities smaller than this who've had public facilities. Mind you, if you need to, make it a pay toilet. But if you want to encourage people to come downtown, to shop, to spend the day, they can't regulate their shopping trips by which restaurants or retail places open up their bathrooms to people who are just browsing. Put in a pay toilet, a family stall, a woman's stall, a men's stall, a shower facility. You can have it as a pay toilet system. I've seen it, in Aboyne in Scotland, which is a rural town. It makes it very convenient for your tourists coming in. And you also have your pub crawl, so you do have your people who might need to have some place to throw up or wash up after they've thrown up. That is one thing I really think the city should look into. Stick it next to your parking garages if need be. I'm sure the retailers would appreciate not having customers coming in solely to use the bathrooms. The second thing I wish the city council would seriously look into is cleaning up all the building regulations and ordinance that we have when it concerns people like me who are homeowners who want to do something to our property, whether it's putting in a driveway pad or enlarging it or putting an addition on our house or other fixes. When you look at those codes, they are massively detailed. And I think we've gotten to the point that we forget we've got an old section. I have a 1925 home where you don't have big spaces. I've got like 6 feet between me and my neighbors. And so the modern day regulations really prohibit us from being able to do things like put a driveway into the backyard for a garage, or even how much of an addition we can put on because we are so close. I think it would behoove us to look at them and say, okay, this is a safety thing. This is a fire department need. This is cosmetic. We can get rid of it. I don't like the way you do your lawns, fine. You don't like the way I do my lawns, fine. But I'd really like to see a cleanup, and if it's too much for the council members, I'd gladly sit on the committee to help with it. Thank you.
thank you. Any other speakers?
We have one more, Justin Healy.
For the record, my name is Justin Helly. I am a local taxpayer here in Ward 2 in Bloomington. Lately, everybody's been talking about the data centers. They have been topic of discussion in many of these city council meetings, and how bad they are for our town, which I do primarily agree, due to the impact on local environment and the amount of water required. And with the recent history of water shortages that we've had in this town, I think building a data center would be counterproductive. However, it's not my main objective tonight. I'd like to focus on our roads and the city budget. I've lived here for 7 years, moved here in 2019, and witnessed slow improvements to Bloomington, despite the city budget and our taxes increasing year after year. I'm a homeowner here, so I see my property taxes go up year after year. 79,500 people reside here in Bloomington, and an estimated 65,000 of those people have driver's licenses. So that's 81% of residents. So it's not a walking town, it's a driving town. And when was the last time any of you drove north or south Main Street or Locust, which I know is on the agenda tonight? It's like driving through a Jeep off-road course, trying to maneuver all the potholes and such. And if you're not driving a Cadillac or a Mercedes, it sucks, for lack of a better word. So I would love to see some more attention be put to the main roads here, as well as maybe some, improvements to the budget. So when it comes to things that we spend our money on, our golf course loses money each year, yet I saw a 37% increase compared to last year in the budget. Why don't we sell the old post office building? I know that's up for debate, or lease it out, or try and lease it out or something. That way we're not pouring money into it. Why does the library need an $8.23 million budget when they just have books and computers and a little bit of staff? I'm not an expert on it, but it's just an observation. For fiscal year 2027, you all approved a $370 million budget for our town. It's my understanding 82 million of that is for mandated water and sewer improvements, but that's just a $23.5 million difference from 2026 water and sewer budget. I challenge you all to try to maybe cut 5 to 10% of the budget in the departments here in the city to help with the funding and to avoid having to raise taxes for yet another year. Mayor and council, I recommend that we zoom out, consider issues like roads and, items of that priority that many people can benefit from. Let's try and allocate more of our tax dollars to the roads and try and cut in other areas that may seem as wasteful spending. The wasteful spending can be eliminated from that budget so we can help with the next year's election cycle as well. I think that would be a great ticket item.
Can you bring your remarks to a close? I'm sorry, the 3 minutes are out.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you for your time and attention to the matter, council and members.
Thank you. Any other speakers?
There's no further public comment.
Thank you very much. Next, we'll move to the consent agenda under item number 7 through letters A through J. Are there members of the council that would like to pull an item from the consent agenda for further discussion? Is there a member who would like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by member Hendricks, seconded
Second.
by member Ward. If the clerk would call the vote.
The item passes, no nays to announce.
Thank you very
And-
much. That will conclude the
Sorry, excuse me, Mayor. Councilmember Mosley, how would you like to vote?
Yes.
Thank you. And it is approved, no nays to announce. Sorry, it just didn't populate in the 9, so wanted to
Okay.
catch that. Thanks.
next. We'll move to the regular agenda items for this evening. Under number 8A will be consideration and action on an ordinance approving a redevelopment agreement by and between the city of Bloomington and 307 East Grove, property commonly known as 307 East Grove. And we would ask our city manager, Mr. Jurgens, to give an introduction and for further discussion.
Thank you very much, Mayor and Council. We are excited about this item tonight. We don't expect it to be controversial, but we wanted to put it on the regular agenda to really highlight yet another big development that's going on within the city of Bloomington. And so at that point, we'd like to turn it over to our Director, Kelly Pfeiffer, and Samantha Malott. So take it away, Sam.
Yeah, thank you. So As you can see, we are bringing before you the 307 East Grove property. I'm sure you all have seen it, you all have admired it, and you would all love to see something else happen with it. So we are very excited that the gentleman from Premium Loaves, which is the Jimmy John's franchisees here locally, have purchased the building, and they would like to relocate their headquarters, which is currently located on Fort Jesse, to this location. It's a 25,000 square foot building. And so them and their roughly 22 employees would like to locate here. In addition to their headquarter space, they're also going to fit out for 2 commercial entities to move here as well. So if you could advance the slides for me. This is what it currently looks like today. You've probably seen it in probably some also not so great states as well. Go ahead and next slide for me. We've got some renderings. This is what they're proposing for the exterior to look like. The exterior, they're also planning, right now you can see there's still quite a bit of concrete, but on the, I guess that would be the east side, they're gonna take away some of the pavement, put in some landscaping, take away a lot of that impervious surface. Next slide for me. This is what they're doing in the interior for their headquarter facility. We don't have any renderings of what the commercial spaces would look like because they don't have tenants right now. They are still working to secure tenants for the commercial spaces. Next slide. But what we're proposing to the council today, you can see more about the Jimmy John's locations that they own. More than 120 Jimmy John's locations. They're the fastest growing franchisee for Jimmy John's, which is incredible to know that they are here locally for us and that they want to locate in our downtown. Again, I mentioned they have 22 employees. They need this facility because they are so quickly growing. This investment to this property would be a $4.2 million investment. And what we are seeking to assist them with is their TIF increment. So 15% of their total project cost would be roughly $632,925, which we would like to abate them back 75% of their TIF increment, capping at that 15% of their total project cost. Anything to add here, Kelly? Okay. Questions, council?
Thank you. And other, both ladies, thank you very much for your hard work and that of your team. Are there questions from members of the council regarding this proposal? Is there a motion?
Yeah, I would make that motion.
That would be Member Hendricks, and this time it
Second.
would be seconded by Member Dannenberger.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. And if the clerk would take the roll electronically. Vote.
Councilmember Dannenberger, can you refresh? As a seconder, I'm sure you're fine, but here we go. Thank you. The item passes, no nays to announce.
Thank you very much. Thank you again for all your efforts and that of your team. Next, we'll move to 8B, which is a consideration and action resolution authorizing funding to the Bloomington Normal Economic Development Council. And we would ask that our city manager, Mr. Jurgen, for some basics.
Thank you very much again, Mayor and Council. Typically every year we budget a specific item for the B and EDC. Typically is at $100,000. This last year, before the budget was adopted, we modified that and made it a more general economic development line item in the amount of $120,000. And we told the council, as the EDC was undergoing some changes, that we would come back with a proposal for their funding. And this is what that is. This is a resolution that would provide $100,000 in payments over the next year. It is not a one-time payment. It's split into 3 different payments. And the resolution also has somewhat what you might consider some benchmarks or some standards that they have to maintain as well in order to get the funding. Nothing that we think is overly onerous, but things like that they have to maintain an executive director or CEO Our primary, we get a lot of benefits from the BNEDC. One of the primary benefits we get from them is the operation of the enterprise zone. But there are many other things that they do that we benefit from, and staff does believe that this is an investment that does yield a great deal of return for the city. So with that, we're happy to answer any questions. Appreciate Billy Tias has worked on this. Kelly and Samantha have worked on this, and we're happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. And with that, are there questions from members of the council regarding this item? Seeing none, then we will ask for a motion.
I'll move to accept.
Motion by Member Scott. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Member Straza. If the clerk would then take the roll electronically, please. The vote.
The item passes, no nays to announce.
Thank you very much. Next, we will move to the city manager's discussion, as there's no other items for action in our agenda this evening. So, Mr. Jurgens.
All right, thank you, council. And I'm going to apologize in advance. This report's going to be a little longer than typical, so we'll go ahead and get started. Next slide, please. First is just an update on the North Point football field, the press box. You can see on the left-hand side, that's what it looked like. You can see on the right-hand side after what it looks like after a fire this weekend. Just wanted to say that this is something that our fire investigators at our police department, they're investigating this. If any members of the public has any information, we would love to get that. We do not believe this is going to impact any operations. I think the Irish play on this football field, but we're still in the early stages of trying to determine what happened to the press box there. Fortunately, nobody was injured in the fire. Next slide. Wanted to give an update on our street work. So in the last budget, the council approved adding 4 new members to our public works crews and to operate primarily the paver. And the idea here is to help us get ahead of some of the infrastructure and road work that we have, kind of a different way of tackling it. And we do have that crew in place, and we do have that work started. So before they actually pave, they need to go in and they have to grind some of the roads. And these are a couple of pictures of the work they already have underway, but they're starting with Smoky Court, Berry Lane, Williamsburg Drive. Hope to see if the weather permits, the pavement will start to go down either later this week or next week. They are starting. These are a couple of roads that are maybe a little bit more isolated, but we're starting here and we're getting some good practice and some getting our technique down, but very excited to get this work underway. So wanted to provide that update and much more to come. Next slide. Wanted to give a quick update just on some of the housing and neighborhood revitalization efforts that are underway. Just taking a pause and taking a look at everything that's currently either being permitted or as the plans have been submitted. We have a number of units and houses that are getting ready to get shovels in the ground, and wanted to just take a second and say that housing and neighborhood revitalization continues to be a top priority of the city. It's something I think we all hear from all of the large businesses that we talk to, the schools, the other partners that we have, and we do have a number of units that we should be getting ready to get underway and to get online. In addition, neighborhood revitalization is well underway. That's another priority of the council. We've already demoed one property and working with Habitat for Humanity on that. And we have 2 other properties under contract to be demoed. So that work is progressing as well. And these are not houses that could have been rehabilitated. These are houses that were beyond repair and that needed to come home or come down. Next slide. Wanted to just share a quick update on the library. Obviously, a large investment was spent on the library several years ago. This year, FY26 compared to FY25, we saw a 16% increase in the number of people that went into that building. Over 300,000 people visited the library in FY26. So just wanted to give a quick update and shout out as to the performance of that building. Next slide. Also wanted to share the library is actually partnering with District 87 and helping to provide free lunches for kids who need them, and then low-cost lunches during the summer for adults that may need them as well. So if you have a kid, so if you have somebody that you know, or you run into somebody that maybe is looking for help with meals, that is a program that District 87 and the library district have going on, or the library has going on this summer. Next slide. Wanted to give a quick water update. Our water situation currently is good. Lake Bloomington is full. Lake Evergreen is nearly full. We typically receive a lot of rainfall and probably the most rainfall in June and July. Certainly, we got a lot of rain over the last few days. So that outlook continues to be good. We actually plan to discuss our water sources at the next meeting a week from today at the Committee of the Whole. So we'll be looking forward to providing some updates on potential next generation water sources and discussing our water needs more at the next meeting. Next slide. Wanted to give an update. We do have the front and center, at least that's the title for now, parking lot open. It is a mix of 4-hour parking, and then there is permitted parking. We are still waiting on the installation and getting some of the signage in, but we didn't want to wait to allow people to start using it. So it is open now, and we do have some 4-hour signs out there. So encouraged to get that online as we work through the various parking needs in our downtown. Next slide. A quick update on the streetscape. They are currently working on the 400 block. This is step 3 or stage 3 of the first phase. You can see up there on the right-hand side, we started at the very top on the 600 block. We've working through that phase, the next phase, and we're now on stage 3, which again is the 400 block. A very long block and some, as we all know, very, very old infrastructure that we continue to find. And just a reminder of what a massive undertaking this is. But if you want a preview of what things are going to look like, the 500 block is looking really good. We're going to be getting the landscaping out there, and we really do believe this is going to be a positive improvement for our downtown. But also a reminder that 70% of this is underground. That this is a lot of the 100-year-plus-year-old infrastructure that we had to replace and update. Next slide. Speaking of the streetscape, we are planning a Light Up the Ring event for July 10th, where we will finally have the ring lit. We'll get more details out on that, but we're planning to probably block off the 500 and the 600 blocks, have picnic tables, entertainment, and a celebration out there as we light that ring for the first time. And so we are excited about that, and there will be more details to come on that. Next slide. Also, just a reminder, another upcoming event, July 2nd, is going to be the Bloomington Normal Drone Show to kick off the 250th celebration. We are having a lot of success with sponsors. We have at least 7 food trucks planned for the event. We have a band planned for the event. The Bison and I believe Iron Coyote are going to have a kid zone. So this is going to be a really great event out at the Interstate Center. Again, the 4th of July is on a Saturday this year. Everybody will have Friday off, and Thursday night will be the kickoff to that long holiday weekend out at the Interstate Center. So we'll be providing more details on that, but we are really excited about how that's taking shape. And again, we really want to share my appreciation for Billy, Anthony, and Catherine, who have been working to put this event together. Next slide. And I promise I'm almost done. This may actually be the last slide. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to the Route 66 celebration and the Saturday night concert that took place over the weekend. The museum was lit up with its light show and just a sea of people at the event. We don't know how many people were there yet. We'll have that in the next few days, but it was hard not to be at that event. And I know the mayor obviously was and spoke, and several of the council members were, but it was hard not to be at that event and not just be proud of this community and everything it has to offer. So just want to again really appreciate all those involved in that event and the Visit BN for really kicking it off with the museum. And I think that's all I have. There we go. That's the end. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. On to members' and any discussions they'd like to have. Member Kearns?
I can just add that I was at the Saturday on the Square and the light show on the museum. People were very impressed with it. People really loved it. I thought it was cool too. So it was awesome to see.
Thank you, Member Mosley.
No, I just wanted to acknowledge that I was able to attend the MAPS program scholarship banquet for the joint scholarships for the Divine Nine and the NAACP. And I was able to participate in place of the mayor and represent and acknowledge our council for over $80,000 in scholarships from this community.
Thank you for your attendance. Member Motney? No. Member Dannenberger? Member Straza? That would be Member Ward.
Yeah, I just want to say I also had a wonderful time Saturday night. It was great to be there. And thank you to the city manager for giving us a slide with some updates on housing and neighborhood revitalization. And I would like to formally ask for more of that and deeper. I appreciate the single slide, but I wish that we could over the next months on a regular basis have some updates on that. Particularly the neighborhood revitalization. How much money are we giving out? How much money is still there? What are we getting for that money? If we could get more concrete and deeper numbers on that. And then similarly, we last week or last meeting passed a moratorium, a 6-month moratorium on data centers, which have been mentioned again tonight. And I feel like it behooves us to have some regular check-ins with some concrete mile markers of things, of information that we're gathering with those 6 months, so that we aren't 6 months from now kind of looking around saying, well, we're 6 months down the road, what have we learned? Presumably that 6 months is to allow us to do some deeper digging. And I'd really appreciate having some check-ins along the way, multiple check-ins.
Member Hendricks?
I think the city manager did a great job of recognizing all the great things happening in my ward. So thank you for that.
Member Lee?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank everyone. As City Manager Jurgens mentioned, the drone show. I also want to thank the sponsors, all the sponsors that have stepped up to participate. And I believe it's pretty much paid for, right? At least the last figure. Yeah, we're getting close. So thank you to all the sponsors. Everyone that's working on it. He's mentioned Kathy, Billy, Anthony, Eric, all the parks crew. Really looking forward to it. And yeah, Mayor Brady had some great comments about just being a great place for, to kick off the celebration. So thanks to everyone for putting that together.
Thank you very much. Member Scott?
Yes, in my efforts to better know our commissions, I had a wonderful chat with the chair and vice chair of a Bloomington Cultural Commission, Faisal Rashid and Angelique Reiki in the McLean County Arts Center. And I'm going to go take a look at their meeting too on Thursday to support, but they've got some wonderful events coming up, and they're working on Tuesday meals and music, where they've got musicians coming into various restaurants. And I just want to highlight one on Tuesday, June 16th at Signature Cafe.
Thank you. Thank you very much to all the members and all their help and support of the many, many things going on in the city of Bloomington. In reference to our city manager's comments, I'll do the same and try and keep this very short so we can move on to our anticipated executive session. First off, I wanted to say thank you to our fire department engineer, Kevin Kutchman, for his over 22 years of service. We attended his retirement gathering recently at the fire department. We also had another new business in Bloomington, and we congratulated Noah and Jasmine on the opening of their new business, the local Hideout Bar and Grill in Bloomington on Oakland Avenue, and we greatly appreciate that. And also to the downtown that has been mentioned here, the celebration that was wonderful on Saturday and enjoyed by so many. Myself and my wife, enjoyed it as well. And for the members that were there, thank you for being there. I think we do have a photo where I was asked to be part of the band, the Motown band, in the future. We'll see how that develops. I don't know if I fit in or not, but also the Special Olympics had a big event at the airport on Saturday, which was a pull the plane for Special Olympics, and we want to thank everyone involved with that with Special Olympics. We had I know at least a Bloomington Police Department team, maybe a fire department team. There were 22 teams that were part of this, and thank you to the airport. Thank you to United Airlines for having the plane to pull and providing that. And I had the chance to meet the liaison, Emerson, who is the spokesperson for Special Olympics in this project and the upcoming very soon here this coming week, I think, for the Special Olympics torch run that is coming up as well. So many, many, many events, and thank you to all of you for participating and enjoying. I also want to touch upon that on July the 2nd, prior to the drone show at the Bloomington Center for Performing Arts is the annual Celebrate America show that'll be at the Center for Performing Arts. I believe it's 7 p.m. it starts. So after that, we hope that many people can come and enjoy the drone show at the Interstate Center, which begins at 9 p.m. and I believe gates open at 6. And again, to remember Lee's comment, thank you to so many in this community that have stepped up and helped not only on the financial side of things, but also the organization side of things. We greatly appreciate it. With that, then we will move now into executive session. The council is going to enter into executive session under 5 ILCS, which is 120 2C12 of the Illinois State Statutes to discuss a claim settlement. And I would ask for a motion to
I'll
move
make that
into
motion.
motion by member Hendricks. Is there a second? Second by member Mosley. Then we will move into that and ask for a
I'll do a quick roll call.
roll call.
Councilmember Kearns?
Yes.
Councilmember Mosley?
Yes.
Councilmember Motney?
Yes.
Councilmember Dannenberger?
Yes.
Councilmember, I was skipping you, Straza?
Yes.
Councilmember Hendricks?
Yes.
Councilmember Ward?
Aye.
Councilmember Lee? Councilmember Scott?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. And as the room clears, we'll have our city manager, Mr. Jurgens, set up our discussion here. So those that are taking a minute break here, please do so, and we'll open the executive session here in just a couple minutes. Thank you. We'll now take a motion to go back into regular session, so we may adjourn. At this point, is there a motion? And that is by Member Scott.
Yep.
Is there a second?
Second.
And that is by Member Dannenberger. Now, is there
All in
an
favor?
all in favor consensus? Aye. Motion carries. We will now be adjourned from the Bloomington City Council meeting on Monday, June the 8th. Thank you very much.